This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. So let us start our today's session. In yesterday's class, we have seen half of the software management part with RPM. That is general management of software, what we learned, and it was very important as well. Now we are going to learn another part of software management, which is very important when you are dealing with a huge infrastructures. For example, in my organization, I have 200, 300 machines where I need to supply software. Every time, maybe I wanted to install software. So every client need to first download the software and install it. RPM cannot go to any website, download the package and do it for you. But centralizedly, when you want to share the software with entire environment, then we go with something called YUM, yellow dog, updater, modified. Now, what is YUM? Let's try to understand that with some pictures. Suppose, guys, I have many clients. Now, each clients, or let's say clients in the sense is nothing but all the other machines in your environment. Now, all these other machines, they require software. Every now and then I have to download software, install and use it. So I don't want to always copy the software to all machine and then install it. To make my concept easy, I'll take one good configured machine and I'm going to convert it into YUM or DNF server. And all others I will be calling as YUM or DNF client. What we are going to do on the server is, on the server, I will create one directory. What we do, we create a directory. And in this directory, we are going to copy all the software that you want to share with entire clients or entire network, entire environment. What do we call this software directory? In YUM or DNF, we call this directory as repository. What, guys? Repository. Repository, as you know, is a place where you dump something or keep something. Now, this repository can be accessed by all the clients and they can get the software whenever they want. Now, how can I share this repository with all the clients? See, there are two methods with which you can share it with clients. Either you can use FTP services. An application is there, guys, called FTP, File Transfer Protocol. So using FTP, you can share files with anyone, or you can use HTTP, whichever service you want, you can use it. Now, whenever the client need a software, on the client side, client will just run a simple yum or DNF command. Yum or DNF command. Once they run the command, automatically the client will connect to server, search for the software, and if software is there, they'll download the software and install it. Now, like that, you can maintain multiple repositories. First repository on the same machine itself. Second repository on some other machine in your environment. There are many internet-based repositories also available. So your client can go to internet, search the package, download it, and install it. So like that, what you can do is you can search a package at different locations. You can search in your current machine. If not, it will go to other repository. If not, it will go to internet repository, get the package, install it. That's how it is going to work. That's the benefit of managing repositories. All crucial software for our environment, we can keep it in one repository, and whenever client need, they will connect, download install the software. So I don't have to copy the piece of software on all 100, 200 machine. Make one repository, ask clients to connect to that repository. That's how. So that's how centralizedly from one location, everyone can get the software. Now, as I told you, you can have multiple repositories. So a client can connect to many repositories to get a software. One repository in your environment, other repository in some other place, one more repository over internet, and it can go and get the packages. Okay, all right. So this is the concept of YUM or DNF repositories. So what is the difference between YUM and DNF, guys? See, YUM used to be there till Red Hat 7. Now the same thing has been updated from Red Hat 8 and it is called as DNF server. DNF does not have any official full form, but people call it dandified YUM. That is nothing but upgraded version of YUM, right? To share the software between server and client. So there are slight difference, very slight difference between server and this YUM and DNF. What is that? Let us try to understand that now. So in order to configure YUM server, if you are dealing with lower version like Red Hat 6 or Red Hat 7, what are the steps and what is the steps to make YUM server or DNF server in Red Hat 8? Very slight differences are there. Step number one, you need to choose which protocol, which service you are going to use. Suppose you are planning to use HTTP as a service to share the software, then install HTTPD, that is related package to it. Or if you are planning to share this software with FTP, then you need to install VSFTPD software, right? So these two software you need to search and install. Now the question is from where I can get that software? Obviously from Red Hat DVD. Like yesterday, I mounted Red Hat DVD. I went into base OS or AppStream, inside it packages folder, search this software and install it. So suppose in our case, I'm going to use FTP. Right? So we need two machines for this concept. So I have powered on both the machine, RHEL 40, RHEL 50, 40 as a server and 50 as a client. So let's log in into the server first of all. Let me give username, password. Now let me check it out. Red Hat DVD is mounted or not. Yesterday we did, I rebooted the machine, so we lost the mount point because it was temporary and I don't want to make it permanent also. So how to mount it, guys? Mount dev sr0 on media. As soon as you say it in slash media, your Red Hat DVD is mounted. Now I need to check VSFTPD package is there or not. See, it is not a default package, so you won't find it by default available. What we need to do? We need to install it. Where can I get this package? See, FTP is a third-party software. So you need to go to AppStream. If it is OS related software, you can go to base OS. If it is non-OS third-party, probably you'll get it in AppStream. So how to install a package? I'll say RPM hyphen IVH, go to media folder. In media, go to AppStream folder. In AppStream, go to packages. Now inside packages, you just type VSF, that's it, and press tab key. You see automatically it will be completed. So it is available in third-party software. So step number one, you need to install the base service that you are going to use for sharing the software. So as soon as I hit enter, you see FTP or VSFTPD package is installed successfully. Got it? So step number one, either you are configuring YUM or DNF. Step number one is common. Step number two, you need to copy entire Red Hat 6, 7, or even 8. All Red Hat 6, 7, or 8, whatever DVD you are working with, the entire DVD you must copy in var FTP pub location. See guys, with FTP, if you want to share anything, you need to keep that data in the location called var FTP pub. So whatever you are planning to share with FTP, that data must be copied in var FTP pub. So when you think of sharing a data with FTP, put it in var FTP pub. Pub is nothing but public directory. So let us copy the entire Red Hat DVD into var FTP pub location with whatever name you like. So I'll say copy recursively with verbose output. I want to see what's going on. So I'm adding V and do it forcefully. Which directory you want to copy? Entire media directory. Why media directory, guys? Because on media directory, I mounted my Red Hat DVD. That is the reason I'm going to copy entire Red Hat media. So whatever is present in media location, all that data I will copy and I'm going to put it into var FTP pub. Now inside it, I just don't want to throw the data. Inside pub, I want one more directory to be created. Inside it, it should copy. So I want to create a directory with the name called RHEL8. So simply second step is to copy the whole DVD into var FTP pub with whatever name directory you like. I am taking RHEL8. You can call whatever name you like. Now around 8.5 GB data needs to be copied, which is going to take some time. So let's leave it. It will take some time, around 2 to 3 minutes or 4 minutes or more than that it may take. Once the copying is finished, then we'll go with next step. Now, what's the next step you see? Next step is make a repo file with whatever name you like in etc yum.reposd folder. I told you guys that whenever client needs a package, client will run yum or DNF command and it connects to repositories, search the package and download it. My question is, how come client knows which location to search the package? Do I need to search locally? Or do I need to connect another machine? Or do I need to go to internet? How come the clients are knowing the address of repository? Because you are going to create a config file and you will be keeping all the addresses where to search the software. So in repo file, what you create in etcm.reposd, we will keep addresses that which location I have to go and search the pages, right? So repo file is nothing but the address locations of software where to search and download the package. Now here is a small difference between older versions and Red Hat 8 version. This makes YUM server and DNF server configurations different. Why is different? I'll tell you. I hope I told you yesterday, I remember, that Red Hat 7 or Red Hat 6 DVD, it used to be very simple. You see, in Red Hat 7 or Red Hat 6 DVD, there, there was not AppStream or Beso kind of folders. Previously, till Red Hat 7, inside your Red Hat DVD, we used to have only one folder packages. From Red Hat 8, they started AppStream as third-party software, base OS software, right? So in Red Hat 6 or 7, you just need to give address of this packages folder, that's it. Or just the main folder where ftp pub rhel7, that is enough for you. But in Red Hat 8, we need to give two addresses. One is AppStream and the second one is base OS. So in Red Hat 7, we used to have only single address to our local repository. But in Red Hat 8, we have to give two addresses. One is for AppStream and the other one is for base OS. That is the difference if you are configuring in older version or newer version. So I have kept screenshot for older versions also and newer versions also, so that it may happens that few companies are still working on older versions, so you may be compatible with that also. Okay, so what are the things I need to put in my repo file? So what we will do, we will go to etc yum.reposd, and inside it you can create a file with what name? Name is your choice. Whatever name that is your favorite, you can keep it. Or whatever name you want, you can keep it. Only thing you have to maintain is extension. See, normally in Linux, extensions are not that much important, but in few cases, they are really very important. One of them is repo config file. So whatever name you like, you can give it, but you have to add .repo to it. So guys, previously till Red Hat 6, this repo config was really small, but now in Red Hat 8, it is quite bigger when compared to previous version. So first of all, I need to give in square bracket some ID, some name for your repository. Now this is also your choice. Whatever name you like, you can give it. Capital letter, small letter, mixed case, however you want to name it, you can name it. There is no proper naming convention for it. I used capital letter to print it properly. Then the next line you have to give name. Now name is nothing but description, guys. What is this all about? You can say that this is my local repository, or this is my FTP repository, or it is internet-based repository. It is just a small description what you are adding. So whatever you give, it will be printed. There is no real worry about if you make spelling mistakes also inside it. But third, the most important thing is base URL. Now, base URL is the location of your repository. Where can I go and search the packages? Now, guys, if you are going to other machine, you have to start like this. You have to say FTP colon double slash whatever IP addresses and the location. If you are going for internet-based repository, you have to say HTTP or HTTPS, whatever is the location and the website address. If you are going locally, suppose I have copied Red Hat DVD on this machine only, and I want to say search locally in your location only. So you have to say file colon double slash. File colon double slash is used to search the package locally within your current machine only. Okay, right now after that you have to give one more slash to give full address, like the location is slash var ftp pub. So file colon double slash is a syntax. Third slash is the full location from where I have to start and where to look out that location. So I'll say search it in RHEL. Automatically inside it will be uh, packages folder from where it will download it. Now guys, sometimes it may happen that, as I told you, that you can search or you can feed multiple locations. Maybe it happens that one of the location is down. Maybe server is down, website is down. So I don't want to search the packages in particular location. So what can I do? You can use a concept of enabled. See, enabled equals to 1. That means this repository is active and software will be searched and downloaded from this location. If you don't want software to be searched at this location, just say enabled equals to 0. When you say 0, no package will be searched in that repository. So you can keep a repository active or inactive by setting enabled equals to 1 or 0. Now there is one more option, GPG check. See, GPG check is nothing but GNU, generally not Unix, privacy guard. Suppose you want software to be verified, whether it is really from Red Hat or it is verified by Red Hat or not. See, I have a critical environment and I don't want to install any other softwares which are not verified from Red Hat. It might happen, guys. You don't know. Now, hacking is very common. You don't know when your system can be hacked. Even Linuxes can be hacked, right? So you don't want to download or install any software without verifying whether it is verified from Red Hat or not. So in that scenario, you can set GPG check equals to 1. If you say GPG check equals to 1, every software you are installing will be verified first. If it verifies that this is a proper software from Red Hat verification, then only it will install. Otherwise, it will get rejected. It says that this might be a doubtful software, so it might not install. And another thing is, guys, whenever you are installing certain libraries, you have C libraries, Java libraries, Python libraries. Sometimes it happens few software require libraries. Now, whenever, listen to me very careful, guys, whenever you are installing libraries, do not install libraries without enabling GPG check. If you don't enable GPG check and install libraries, they may not get installed properly, and the whole concept will give you lots of errors, right? So anyway, if you don't want this feature, you can disable it by telling GPG check equals to 0. I allow all software to get installed. Or you can say GPG check equals to 1. If you say GPG check equals to 1, one more step we have to add. What is that? I'll tell you. You need to add GPG key location. What is that? We will discuss in a short while. So this is how we used to make a repository in Red Hat 6 or 7. Now, when we talk about Red Hat 8, as I told you that Red Hat 8, we are no more calling it YUM, we are calling it DNF. Concept is very much same, guys. All commands are same, method is same. Some extra things are there, but instead of calling it YUM, we are calling it DNF. And as I told you, there is no proper full form officially. They're just calling it DNF. But outsider peoples are calling it dandified yum. That's it. Now there is no real full form for it, guys. Officially, if you search in Red Hat website, you won't find any full form for it or any abbreviation for that. Okay. So anyway, here also we do the same thing. We copy entire Red Hat DVD into var FTP pub as I'm using FTP service. Then you have to make repo file, and in repo file, here is the change. Now Red Hat 8 repo file should have minimum two repositories mandatorily. One is base OS and the other one is AppStream. So you have to give base OS as a separate repository location, AppStream as a separate location, and if you have 3 4 more locations, you can just put all repositories down the same way. All 5555 lines you have to repeat for every location. So in a single file, you can maintain all locations, or if you want, you can create multiple file. My.repo, one location, Red Hat.repo, Red Hat location, Fedora.repo, Fedora location, XYZ.repo, XYZ location. So it's up to you. You can maintain multiple .repo files, or you can maintain one single file and keep everything inside it. That is your choice. Both are fine. There is no good or bad practice. Both are fine. So let's see. Um, the copying is done, as you can see. Now let us check in var ftp pub rhel 8. You see entire thing is copied. I told you just now that if you enable GPG key, you need some key to match. Software comes with one key, and uh, our system will have a key. Now, if both verification keys matches, that means this software is verified from Red Hat. If both keys are not matching, then there is doubt. We cannot be sure that it is you know we have to be skeptical about it, but we don't have to be sure that this is a bad software or this is a doubtful software, right? Anyway, So here is the key, what we have to match, RPM GPG key. But I'm not going to use my Red Hat key that comes with the DVD. In our OS also there is a location etc pki rpm gpg. Now in this location also you can find there is a key rpm gpg key Red Hat release. So I'm going to give this location. What's the location? rpm sorry rpm gpg Red Hat release key. This location I'll give in that. Okay, we'll talk about that key location later. First of all, let us go to etc yum dot repository. Now, by default, when you install OS, something might appear like that. We don't need any such thing. It does not contain any important thing, you see. It's only a message, right? So what I'll do is I'm just going to remove this file. It's useless. So I'm going to say remove that file. Now I'll create one file with the name my.repo. You can use whatever name you like. These name is purely my choice. You can call it whatever you want. So I'll say vim my.repo. As I told you, both repository locations you have to give. You have to give base OS location and you also need to give app stream location. So let me give first of all base OS, okay, as the repository title. Then description, what it is. I'll say uh, local base OS repo. Some information. Now this has nothing to do with your configuration. It is only for information purpose. If you write in capital letter, small letter, mixed letter, doesn't have any problem. But you should not do mistake in our third line, that is base URL. Now guys, if we are going on internet, I'll start with HTTP. If it is on other machine, I'll go with FTP. But in my case, currently the repository is present in this machine only. So how to search locally? I'll say file colon double slash. Then we have to start with full location starting with root. So slash var slash FTP pub and the directory name is RHCL8. Inside it, the directory name is base OS. Now guys, you should not do spelling mistake. Let me take another session and show you the name properly. If you look out into var ftp pub RHEL8, what is the spelling of base OS? Observe capital B and capital OS. Now, if you write completely small letter, it will fail. Complete capital letter, it will fail. So don't do that mistake. You need to type capital B and capital OS at the end. Then, would you like to keep it enabled? Yes, I want it to be active. Now, would you like to go with GPG checking option? If you don't want to do checking, it's 0. If you want to check, it's 1. Now, since Red Hat 8, guys, it is recommended that we should always enable GPG checking. That is good. But in some cases, if it is disturbing too much, you can disable it. But if you disable GPG checking, do not forget to add GPG key address and always give local address, that is better, your OS thing. So what is the location we found? etc pki rpm gpg key. Inside it, Red Hat rpm gpg key release. So I just need to give this location. Now again, it is locally available, right? So I need to start with file colon double slash. Then the full location. What's the full location? Slash etc pki rpm gpg something. Now guys, there is a small problem that is coming since Red Hat 8.2. What I have observed, that repository will create a cache. Now that cache is getting expired. Now, if it is expiring, you need to repeat the whole steps again. That means you have to delete the directory from var ftp pub, the RHEL8 directory. And again, you have to copy the whole directory from the beginning. Now, how tedious it would be, guys, and how hectic it would be that every 2 days you have to delete directory and create it again and copy the data freshly. I don't want to do that every day, right? So what I'll do, I'll add one more line, metadata underscore expire equals to -1. So this will make sure that cache never expire or metadata never expire, and you can use your repository as long as possible. So in Red Hat 8, especially from 8.2 onwards, I recommend using metadata expire option also. If you don't use it, then every 2 days, 3 days, whenever you restart the machine, metadata might expire, and freshly we have to delete and copy the directory one more time. Okay, done. So we have added about base OS. Now I would like to add about app stream. So I need to repeat all these 6 lines one more time. So I'm just copying it, selecting anything will copy. Right click will paste. Now I'll just change few things. I'll come up over here and I'll change the name as app stream. And here I'll call local app stream repo. Now, what is the location where FTP pub base OS you have to remove, and we have to type AppStream. See, in AppStream, A is capital and S is capital. So don't do the spelling mistakes to avoid problems. Rest of the thing will be same. Enabled, yes. GPG check, yes. Metadata expire, no. Okay. So both the things we have given properly. Now I'm going to save it and quit. So let me say colon WQ exclamation. Now guys, I need to check whether these repositories are functioning properly or not. How can I check it? See, in this scenario, we will clean the yum cache first of all. Whenever you have updated the configuration file, the next step you have to do is clean the yum cache. How? Previously, we used to run the command yum clean all. See, it is still working. But recommended in Red Hat 8 is DNF clean all. You see, command is same. Instead of yum, you are typing DNF. So all yum commands will work in Red Hat 8 also. Preferably in place of yum, you have to type DNF. Instead of yum clean all, DNF clean all. Instead of yum install, DNF install. Instead of yum update, DNF update, like that. Okay. Now, you can also check one more thing, guys. If you check here, what is yum? So you see it says yum is nothing but redirecting the command to DNF. So basically there is no yum available in Red Hat 8. Whenever you write yum command, automatically it is redirected to DNF. So you are running yum repo list, but in the background it is running DNF repo list. Anyway, now if you want to check how many repositories you have, you can say yum repo list, or now DNF repo list. Repo list is one word, don't give a space between repo and list. So did you see it is showing that you have two repositories. It is only listing that these are the repositories. I don't really know they are working or not. Guys, the best way to test your repository is working or not is search a software. I'll say DNF provides some package. I'm asking DNF, do you provide this software? Which software? Maybe ZSH. Now you see it will go and search in repositories. If those repositories you have done a mistake, here you will be getting errors. So you see it searched and it told that yes, I have ZSH. Now maybe I'll ask it to search another package like VSFTPD. So you see it searched. It told that yes, in AppStream you have VSFTPD. Here in base OS you have ZSH. Okay. Anyway, so I have searched that my repositories are reachable. It is working fine. But guys, have we made this repository to work within my machine only? Obviously not. I want it to be reachable from all the clients in my environment. Now, if you want this thing to be reachable from all, you should configure FTP services to be reachable from outside. Now, first of all, we need to go to FTP configuration file. If you say rpm-qlc vs ftpd, you will find that there is a configuration file etc vs ftpd vs ftpd.conf. In this configuration, you have to make a small change. So let us go to that config file vim. What is the location? etc vsftpd vsftpd.conf. So I would like to go to this configuration file, and guys, just one change you have to do. See, there is a line here, allow anonymous FTP, anonymous enable equals to no. If this line is set to no, clients will not be allowed to connect freely. You will have barriers. So just come to this line. Do not forget this, guys. Otherwise, your FTP will not allow YUM to connect. So just change that no and make it yes. What we did, we came to config anonymous enable. You have changed to yes. Now, yesterday, uh, Shabir asked a very nice question that don't we have to start a service whenever we install the package? Now, here is the answer. See, FTP is also an application. We have installed the software. Now, if you want this application to work, you should start the services. Otherwise, the clients may not be able to connect. So how to check whether the services are reachable or not? You can say systemctl status vsftpd. So it says it is inactive and disabled. What should I do now? I should activate it and enable it. So I'll say systemctl enable vsftpd service now. That means the service will start now. You see it is running and it is enabled also. But again, guys, even though you have installed the software, even though you have made the configurations, even though you have started the service, still clients cannot reach out to your server. Why? Have you forgotten about firewall? Firewall is one of the biggest security that is meant for blocking outside connectivities. So if you just check out firewall CMD, list all. Did you find FTP, not VSFTPD, FTP in firewall? Concept names are required, not the package or service name. So do you see FTP services allowed? No, only cockpit and SSH or DHCP is allowed. So what shall I do now? I have to say firewall CMD hyphen add service. Which service? FTP, and it should be a permanent change. Now guys, I'll say firewall command reload. I hope you remember firewall class. Whenever you have added a rule, you must reload the services. Now you go with list all and you see FTP is allowed. Now your server is ready to be reached by clients. Now as the server is ready, we have to go to clients. Now let us take 50 as our client. Let me log in. 40 we are taking as a server and 50 I'm going to take as a client. So let me type username, password. Now guys, on the client side, we have a very small work to be done. I'm sorry. See, on the client, we don't have to copy any data. On the client, you don't have to install any package. On the client, you don't have to start any service. On the client, you don't have to deal with firewall. Client configuration is very simple. And one more thing, if you are planning to write certification, in certification, they will give you base URL location in question paper, and they will ask you to configure Yum client. Yum server or DNF server will be configured by examiners only. They will give you what URL to use to connect. So you should know how to create a repo file. If you don't know, then you may not be able to create a configuration and ultimately you will fail, right? So what we have to do on the client side is just create a repo file. That's it, nothing else to be done. So I'll go to etc yum.repository. By default, whatever you find, delete it. And here I'll create my repository. This time I'll use other name, maybe cl.repo, client.repo. Okay. Now in this repository, I need to put base URL and I need to put AppStream location, right? Now, see guys, I don't want to write the whole thing again. So I'm just copy pasting it from my.repo what we have created. So both the things I'll just copy and paste it. So I have copied. Now I'm pasting and I'll modify the changes over here. First of all, name is base OS, and here I'll say this is not a local base OS, but I'll say it is FTP based base OS. Now, when you say FTP, you cannot use file over here for connectivity. You have to use what? FTP. So I'll say FTP colon only double slash, right? After that, you have to give IP address 192.168.10 dot server address is 40. See guys, wherever you are connecting to any server, let us say that I have this server that is running in FTP, and inside it the location is var FTP, and thereafter pub, inside it RHEL 8. So whenever client is connecting to FTP server, automatically when we are using FTP, we will be landing into var FTP location. So I don't have to repeat var FTP address again. Remember what I'm telling you, when the client is connecting to server through FTP, automatically the client will be landing into var FTP location. So you don't have to repeat again var FTP in address. After connecting to servers, where I have to go? So after connecting, I'll say go to public directory and go to RHEL8 base OS or AppStream. So that is the reason in my URL, I am not taking var FTP address again. So if you see the URL, am I repeating var FTP? No, no need. Because when you say FTP and IP, it will automatically take you to var FTP of that server. So after reaching 10.40, I'll say go to public, go to RHEL8, and there you can find base OS. Enable equals to 1 GPG, 1 GPG key, same location, no need to change it. Let's make the change in app stream. So here also in place of local app stream, I'll say FTP app stream. And again, I'll make a change here. In place of file, I'll say FTP. In place of 3 slashes, I'll use only 2 slashes. Remove var FTP from it and just type the IP address 192.168.10.40, and inside 40 go to public RHEL8 app stream. That's it. Let us save and quit. Now guys, whenever you make the change in the config, you have to say yum or DNF clean all. This will remove previous information and new information will be added. How to check repositories? DNF repo list. So it is showing me both repositories. How to test the repositories? You can say DNF provides any package name. So now it will try to contact. If there is any error, here errors will be displayed. It won't show you the speed of connectivity. Now you see you have base OS having ZSH. So base OS is reachable. Same way I'll say VSFTPD something. Now this should connect to AppStream. So you see it connected to AppStream and you are able to see VSFTPD package. So this is the way, guys, how we have to configure client. Server side, we did lots of things. In client side, just one thing, that you have to make repository etc yum.reposd, whatever name repository you want, both the address. If you have more than two repositories, add third, fourth, fifth, or you can maintain separate files with .repo extensions. Okay, that's it. So repository is configured. Now every client you should copy this file. That's it. Same file you copy across all the clients, automatically the clients will be connecting to server and they will be downloading and installing the software. Now guys, let's do all our yum commands or DNF commands on client side only. Suppose I wanted to view how many softwares are there in the repository. So I'll go with yum or DNF. Guys, previously we used to run yum, same commands. Now I'm running with DNF. There is no difference in previous version. Previous versions, DNF will not work, yum will work. In current version, yum and DNF both will work, but better to use DNF. So I'll say DNF list. Now when I say DNF list, it will try to list out all the software that are available in my system. Sorry, in my repositories. So these are all the software that are coming from both repositories, AppStream and BaseOS. Let us say I only want to see installed packages. See how simplicity is there in commands. You don't have QLC, QIP, VIP, nothing is there. You just need to say DNF space list space installed. Now this will show only installed package. Now guys, there is one more thing what you should know. Not everybody pay attention to it. The softwares which are currently installed will have @ symbol before repository name. So it says these softwares are currently installed. If a software is not installed, it won't have that repository @ symbol. If I say DNF list all, show me installed, not installed, all packages. So guys, it is going to list out all the packages. The packages which are installed will have @. And if you go below, you will find other packages which does not have @. Did you see? So any package which is not showing @ before repository, those packages are not yet installed. They are in repository. Okay. All right. Now let's say I want to search a package. You can go with DNF provide command, or you can go with DNF list package name. This is also one technique. For example, I want to search whether a package is installed or not. Maybe I'll go with a package called sudo. So when you say DNF list sudo, it tells us that this is coming from the list of installed package. The package is right now installed. Did you see it is having @? Now, same way, I'll say DNF list ZSH. Observe the heading here. Here earlier it was telling installed package, but here you can find it is showing available package. That means this package is not yet installed in your system. Am I clear? All right. Now let's learn how to install a package. Guys, to install a package, you can say DNF install package name, that is ZSH, right? Now, if I say ZSH star, that means all the packages that start with the word ZSH. So it is going to search for each and every package which start with the word ZSH, and all the packages with that name will be installed. So you see there are two packages, ZSH and ZSH HTML. This is the architecture, this is the version, and they are coming from so and so repository. And over here, the size is 3.4 MB, and after installation, it is going to occupy 10 MB. Is this okay for you? So you have to give Y, yes to continue, and N to discontinue or abort. So you see it is not going to get continue. Now let us say I want to install the package and only one package ZSH. One more thing, I don't want it to ask me a question yes or no. I want to answer pre-approved yes. So you can give -y. When you say -y, it's pre-approved yes. So it is not going to stop. It is going to continue and finish the installation. See, it has searched for the keys. Key matching has been done, and as soon as the key is successfully matched, the package will be installed. So it will match the repository key and the key what you have in your system. Only one time this matching will be done. Every time it won't do. It just matches the key in the repository and the key what you have in your system. Both matches, source verified. You can now install the packages. Okay. Now, if you check DNF list ZSH. See, ZSH last time was coming in available. Now you see it is coming in installed package. Let us say guys, ZSH package is corrupted and you want to reinstall. Yesterday you remember we learned that if a command is not working, you have to reinstall the package. Same way. Here also, I want to reinstall the package. How can I reinstall a package? To reinstall a package, I'll go for DNF. Very simple, no force I have to use. Just say DNF reinstall. Which package? ZSH, and pre-approved answer as yes. Although the package is installed, this is going to reinstall it. And if there is any problem with the software, here it will get fixed up. Done. Great. Now let us say you want to update a package. Maybe you want to update it to latest level if there is available in the repository, of course. So you have to say DNF update ZSH. When I hit enter, you see that the package is not updated because there is no updated version available. Maybe we are using the latest version only. Also, guys, you can install the package if it is available locally. Like maybe it is kept in slash media location, some software. So you have to say DNF install, go to media, and inside media, go to base OS, go to packages and install the package. Like that, you can give the path and it will install. Now, one more benefit, why we use YUM or DNF. See, this might be a question in interview that why we should prefer DNF or YUM over RPM. One is centralizedly you can share the package. Okay, that's fine. But what else? See guys, whenever you are trying to install some packages, this package may require some other packages as its prerequisites or dependency. Like in Windows, if you are installing Microsoft Office, first .NET framework should be installed. If .NET framework is not installed, this Office package will not work. It won't install. Same way in Linux also, there are certain packages which need some other packages as its dependency. So if you don't install the dependent software, the main software will not get installed. Even though if you have installed somehow, it won't work properly. So in RPM, you have to manually search dependencies, manually install dependencies, and then you have to install main software. But with DNF, the beauty is if a package has a dependent software, automatically it will install dependencies first and then the main software. So see how much burden it is lifting from us. I don't have to worry searching dependencies. It will only search dependency, install them, and then it will install your main software. So that is how your DNS or DNF or YUM is beautiful. It resolves the dependencies on its own, first of all. Second, it works on server and client architecture. So from one place you can share software to all. One more benefit is there, I'll tell you later. Now let us say you have a software on some website, then you can say DNF install, go to http something www redhat.com, some packages. So it will go to that website, download the package and install it for you. If you are doing the same with RPM, then you have to use a command wget. Go to wget stands for webget. So it will go to that website www and download the package. Now once the package is downloaded, then you have to say RPM. But what YUM is doing or DNF is doing, it is going to website first, downloading the software and installing it. In single step, everything will be done. Okay. All right. Now if I want to remove, I'll say DNF, remove the package. All packages, ZSH star. Only ZSH package, just ZSH hyphen Y. So this is going to remove the package. Observe guys how simple plain English commands are there, easy to remember. There are no flags here to worry about. What you are doing, command is same. Yum install, yum update, yum remove, yum reinstall, isn't it? You can also check information about a package. You can say yum or DNF info. Any package, whether it is installed or it is available in repository. So you see it tells the detail about ZSH. Suppose a package is already installed. So you can say DNF info sudo. So this is installed package. It will show you at the rate. That means the package is installed right now. And it gives you the details about that package. Now here come the last and the another important beauty of YUM and DNF, which RPM cannot do. Guys, sometimes we have to install group of packages. What is group of packages? Like in Windows, we install Microsoft Office as a group of packages, isn't it? It contains PowerPoint, Excel, Access, Publisher, OneNote. Many things comes under one name. What is the name? Office. Same way, in Linux also we have groups. How do I know what groups do I have? So you can say DNF group list. See, between group and list there is no space. Just hit enter. It will show you how many groups are available. So these are available group and this is installed group. Other groups which are installed, other groups which are available. Suppose I want to see what is inside development tools. Okay, so I'll go for DNF group info. Now when you are putting a group name, it has spaces. So you need to put it within quotes. If you don't use quotes, it will be treated as error. So single quote or double quote you have to use. Now let me add more to show you. It's a big output. So you see, first of all, it is telling you this is the group which contains this package and it has default package and optional package. So it is showing you the whole list of packages that you have inside that group. So group is a collection of multiple packages. If I have to install it, I need to repeat the same command and here I need to say group install. Now you see how it install dependencies also. So when I say group install, observe here, it is telling you that there are some dependencies which are going to get installed. So when you install the main package, automatically the dependent packages will also get installed. So you see installing dependency, huge list of dependent software it is installing. Now let's say I don't want to continue, it is going to take a long time, 496 MB is there, right? Now if you want to update a group, same command, yum group update. If you want to reinstall, yum group reinstall. If you want to remove, yum group remove and the group name. So all the packages will get removed, whatever the group we have installed. This is how guys we have to deal with yum and DNF, right? I hope it is clear guys. If you have any query, slightest of the query, please put your questions now. And if you don't have any questions, give me no questions guys. Don't leave without telling that. I'll be waiting for your responses. How about others? Thank you, Malani. Satya, is that clear for you as well? Great. So we'll stop the session here, guys. Please do good practice on that. It is an important concept. So see you tomorrow, guys, for next thing. If you have any questions, practice and let me know. Thank you very much, guys.